That's after his alleged meeting with the Burmese executives. So this Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese, a real beautiful company. $7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico. And then they have cans of soup, and they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
Even before you do that, and not even including that, that's why I hardly even included that number, although in one state we have a tremendous amount of dead people, so I don't know. I'm sure we do in Georgia, too. I'm sure we do in Georgia, too.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know. Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
I hate the white man. He's of the devil. He was made in a cave in the worst parts of Europe, produced from the lowest forms of humanity.
Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe. Everybody comes in your, everybody comes in your, everybody comes in your grandmother, your father, your mother.
Hello, users, and welcome
to another episodic installation of Above It All, folks. We are here. We are hopefully, for the most part, queer, and we are ready to do a news show. So I've got a lot to talk about. So I've got a lot to talk about, and I'm going to be talking about a lot, because I've got a lot to talk about. So I want to primarily discuss why I didn't do a show yesterday. Of course, I was going to court. I had the presumption that I would have enough time in between court and other activities in order to do a show. That did not end up occurring. I went to court at 9:30. The judge was half an hour late, so court didn't even get started until around 10. And I had like an hour break, had to go back, and then waited as long as possible to tell us that they can't do anything and that we have a new court date, which is September 30th. So basically, they kept me locked inside of a room for 7 hours, just to tell me, sorry, we can't try you today. We have to do it another time. So they wasted my whole fucking day. And so I wanted to talk about this because this is the angle that I want to take on this one. And that is to say, the entire purpose of the legal system is to... I just heard something. Someone is having a bad day in my house. The entire purpose of the legal system is to oppress people. There is no other purpose. There is no tertiary purpose. There is no accidental purpose. The entire purpose of the court and legal system in the United States of America is oppression. That's it, right? I'm sitting, right, in this courtroom, and I'm seeing people get sent to jail for simple marijuana possession for hours and hours and hours and hours. That's all I'm seeing, right? What? How come you couldn't have told me that you can't try me today? How come you have to make me sit in a room and watch you send people to jail for holding fucking 2 grams of marijuana in their pocket? And then you have to tell me, after I've wasted my whole fucking day, that, sorry, we can't do anything. Again, this is a situation where you need to I didn't do a show yesterday because they stole it from me. The state stole my show from yesterday. And again, I mean, I could have done it at like 9 o'clock or whatever when I got home, but you know what? I had a fucking hard day. I don't want to get home and then do my fucking show while I'm tired and while I'm fucking falling asleep and while I'm exhausted, right? I, like, literally was trying to contribute to the American economy, but instead, the government stole my ability to do so. And again, I want to talk about more about just how ridiculous a lot of this shit is. Again, we showed up on time. If you don't show up to court on time, you know what happens? Thugs and gangsters raid your house, kill your dog, and send you to a fucking jail cell. The judge was half an hour late. How come if the judge is late, he doesn't have people raid his house, kill his dog, and send him to a fucking metal box? He's allowed to show up, be late, and that's great. That's awesome. Meanwhile, I'm not allowed to go to work. Again, I need you all to understand, for those of you that don't have court experience, right? Like, I didn't have court experience up until this, but I've always talked to people who have gone to court for things. But it's a whole different ballgame when you go to court for literally no reason. Like, there is no reason whatsoever that I was there. I had no purpose of being there. I violated no crimes. I did nothing wrong. And yet, they stole an entire day of my life for no reason. Right? I wasn't even in jail, and yet my life was stolen. I had an entire day. I had to wake up at 8:30, right? Get ready and go to be at court by 9:15, and then all of a sudden, it's fucking 4 o'clock, and they tell me, sorry, September 30th. Like, I can't go into many details here. And again, the whole purpose of why they're making me wait until September 30th is because they don't want me to go into details. It's an oppression tactic. Simple as that. But, again, they could have told me at 9:48, hey, by the way, we don't have enough evidence ready to do the case. We'll see you on September 30th. Nope. They made me wait until 4 fucking o'clock before they told me, sorry, we can't do anything. We'll see you on September 30th. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they're doing it. To be clear, I have no idea what is going on in their head. All I know is that I was ready. I had my evidence. I had my testimony ready. And they said, nope, sorry, we'll see you in 3 months. Right? It's a little ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. And this is, again, I want to be very clear. The court system is a farce. All of it is just, the entire purpose of the legal system is oppression. That's it. That's literally not just, like, not even 99%. It's 100%. Right? And so, again, so I get out. By the time I'm out of court, it's 4:30. Right? And then I have just enough time to eat food. And then there's a county commissioner meeting. And I'm going to go into that in a separate segment. I have so many segments to talk about. I'm not going to get to anything other than local news today. And again, like just all of this is ridiculous. All of this is ridiculous. So they let us out, and then we protest the motherfucking government. So, like they're not going to stop me from protesting. Like, full stop. They're not going to stop anyone else from protesting, especially not me. They might be able to steal one of my shows, right? But they're not going to steal my protests, right? To me, the way I see it, the priority list of what I'm doing right now is number 1, protest the government. Number 2, talk about protesting the government, right? If I have to sacrifice something, I will sacrifice talking about protesting the government for one day to protest the fucking government and then talk about it the next day. So that to me is why I did not do a show when I got home yesterday. I was exhausted. I was tired. I did not really want to talk about it. And so that's kind of what that was going through my mind. So here I am, once again, 10 a.m., doing the show. And again, I just, like, have to say, like, all the waiting, like, why couldn't have this, like, we have the internet. Why can't I sit and play video games on one monitor and have the court open on the other monitor? How come I have to sit in a room for, like, 7 hours for them to just say, oh, we'll see you in 3 months? It makes no sense. There's no logic. It makes no sense. And again, I'm just very dissatisfied with the legal system and the court system in the United States of America. Shit's garbage, and that's it. But as far as the case goes, I mean, I don't know why they needed extra time. I don't know why they decided to give me a court date in a week and a half, and then I show up and I'm ready. Everything is ready to go, and they say, like, they could have selected any court date they wanted to. The state could have said, instead of July 12th, we'll do, I don't know, like July 24th or some shit. They could have done that. They could have had their case ready at that time, but they chose to make the case as soon as possible, right? Get us all in a frenzy, and then we're ready to go, and they're like, psych. It's like the Borat joke. Oh, we're going to take you to court. Not. Like, what? Like, I was seriously, it's ridiculous. It's fucking, it's ludicrous is what it is. It really is. So that was my day yesterday. It was not terribly fun. Yeah, so I mean, there you go. I mean, and there's a whole other angle that I can take here, right? There's a whole other angle I can take here about being a trans person in the legal system. Lord have mercy. But, like, I don't want to talk about that because I don't want to bog myself down thinking about that kind of stuff. Living through it once was hard enough. But anyway, I had court yesterday, and it went about as I expected. And the can has been kicked effectively down the road for another 2.5 months. And so, that's it. So, but anyway, I just wanted to make a quick update on that. I'm very dissatisfied. Anyway. Man, this fucking seltzer just splashed all over my keyboard, bro. That's some fucked up shit. I'm not gonna put the seltzer right on top of my computer. That's a bad idea. Alright, time to take some medication. Let's see. Let's take my crazy pills. Does this fall under right to a speedy trial? Again, I wanna really underscore that we were ready. I was ready to testify. I was ready to just get this over with, and they decided not to. Now, again, I don't know why they decided not to. I don't know what went through their brains when they decided to kick the can down the road. All I know, and all I can know, is that I was ready, and now I have to wait another 2.5 months, so. But, okay. So the itinerary for the show. First of all, tomorrow, I will have the Matt Strackbine, also known as The Letter Hack, live on the stream at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Letter Hack, I know that you know that this is Eastern Time. I know you live in, like, the mountains somewhere, but we're not using that shit. We're using Eastern Time, so I'm just making sure you know that. Have I been to the DMV? I don't know how to drive, so I haven't been to the DMV. Yeah, tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern Time, Matt Strackbine is going to be talking about his new comic that I believe is fully funded. Is that correct? Like, wasn't it fully funded in, like, less than 6 minutes or something? We have a dog over here. Dog sighting. Check that shit out. Look at this precious baby. I love the baby. I love the baby. I love the baby. Look at him. Look. I love the baby. Isn't he amazing? Put your paws up, folks. Put your fucking paws up for Max the goddamn dog. Max the motherfucking hound. Alright, but yeah, so the itinerary for this show is I'm going to be talking about, the day before yesterday, because I normally talk about the protest the day after, so I'm going to talk about Sunday's protest, then I'm going to be talking about Monday's protest, then I'm going to be talking about the county commissioner meeting, and also I will be uploading the raw county commissioner meeting video so that you can see what we went through, the raw tape, the real tape, the unredacted tape. I recorded the entire meeting that we attended, and in fact, I'm not going to start uploading it right now. I'm going to start uploading it right now, fuck it. So I hope that doesn't fuck up my internet, but I'm going to start uploading this right now. Real quick, give me a sec. So this is me in the county commissioner meeting, just kind of chilling. I was taking some mad selfies, but we'll get into that later. Let's see. Man, the audio here really sucks, but you know, what are you gonna do? I'm uploading that raw video. There was also a city council meeting last night, but I'm gonna be honest, having been in court all day and doing the, protesting and doing the county commissioner meeting, I bailed on the city council meeting. I view that as less important. So I decided to go home at that time. So I did not get any footage from that. Speedy trial is a 6th Amendment guarantee. You might be able to appeal for a quicker date or get it thrown out. I'm not going to go into that. But I do appreciate you posting that in the chat. But there's the part about being wrapped up in the legal system is I cannot be 100% transparent. I cannot possibly legally tell you exactly what is going through my brain at this current moment, so I have to filter it a little bit. But I will say, Martin, I appreciate your chat message, and again, thank you. But yeah, the county commissioner meeting is going to be uploaded. I hope this doesn't fuck with my stream too much. If the stream looks choppy or whatever, let me know. I should have uploaded this overnight, but again, I was exhausted last night. Yeah, so once this stream is over, hopefully you can watch that in full if you would like, and I'll do some post-commentary on it now. Oh, you sent me a super chat in PayPal. Okay, thank you so much. All my homies hate the courts. $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I mean, okay, so a lot of people, I'm going to be upfront about, well, as upfront as I possibly can, about court costs, all that stuff. A lot of people have asked me what my financial situation is in regards to the court situation. So I want to say that I, as of this current moment, should be okay when it comes to the legal costs. When it comes to, like, the actual legal costs. Now, that being said, I have no idea how the future will play out. So, to my understanding, assuming, right, and again, I'm only saying this because people have asked me over the last, like, fucking 3 weeks, right, since I announced this. I assume I will be okay as of this current moment. That being said, if people are interested in giving me some extra cash so that if something else happens, or if there's an emergency that's not the legal thing, or anything else occurs where I would need money, I would appreciate that. And so again, I'm just gonna like do the whole thing where I post my meme shit in the chat, and if you want to give me some cash, I would greatly appreciate it. Again, I don't know, this is my first time, you know, being a protester going to through the legal system. So I don't know exactly how this is going to play out. I don't know. And it's another thing is, again, is it's taking a lot of my time. Like, and that's the whole point. It's oppression. They're trying to, you know, make me have less time. So it's taking a lot of my time away from doing other activities, projects, and other money-making endeavors. So again, if you do want to participate in helping me out with that, I would appreciate it. As of this current moment, I'm just going to be honest, I'm probably going to be okay, right? So, like, if there's someone else that you know that really needs the money, like, you know, don't bother with me. But, again, I can't tell the future. I don't know if I'm going to get hit by a car tomorrow and I'm going to need to incur emergency medical funds, right? And then, like, me having to, you know, deal with the legal fees and all that stuff that are probably going to pile up, and then the lack of me being able to do other things. You know, it's very possible that I could be in a financial constraint. That being said, if you had a normal job, you'd be at risk of losing it with their time. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, is most of the other people that are going through this have regular jobs. And they were talking about how, like, they're fucked over. They had, like, again, I do a podcast every day. That's my primary method of making money. Now, I have other ways of making money, right? Outside of that again, I couldn't do my show. I couldn't do my other money-making methods. And I was just stuck in court. That being said, I am not employed by anyone, but a lot of other people are. And a lot of other people are saying, like, again, they could have told us at 9:30, hey, by the way, we'll see you at September 30th. We don't have enough for the case today. But instead, they waited until 4:30. They waited until 4:30 to tell us that. Right? So if you have a regular job and you're living paycheck to paycheck, and all of a sudden you tell your job, hey, by the way, I have court, and they say, for what? Are you a criminal? That puts you in a bad situation with your regular job. Now, again, I'm not in that situation. Right? And to my understanding, I think everyone's okay. But again, that's something your employer is going to be like, oh, this person's going to court. They don't know that it's for bogus nonsense. They don't know that it's like it's an oppression tactic. That all they hear is, oh, my employee is going to court for a criminal charge. That's all they hear, and then that can make you get into a bad situation at work, all that kind of stuff, right? So again, to my understanding, and I can try to double check with my people to see if anyone else would need help. But if anyone is interested, I would love to set up like a collective fundraiser at some point with the consent of everyone else involved. But I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be okay. But either way, like, it's very possible. Like, we've already had people lose their jobs over the protest just for going outside and fucking saying no justice, no peace, right? Their employer sees them in the middle of the street, and then they go call them, leave a message, hey, by the way, I just saw you protesting, you're fired. That's already happened to a lot of people, right? So again, this is all a big oppression tactic. But again, I am in a relatively lucky situation where not only is my job, like, security unaffected. Now again, I might be in a situation where I can't make as much money and there's the opportunity cost, right? Yes, there is the opportunity cost of me having to sit in court and not being able to do other things. That being said, I can tell y'all about that. And if there was an emergency, I feel like y'all would have my back. And so that's something that I'm very generous of and very satisfied with. But again, you know, I'm just, you know, I'm being 100%, you know. I don't necessarily need the money right now, but it's very possible I could in the future. So just keep that in mind if that is something you'd be willing or capable of doing. And depending on how this goes, you know, it's very possible that other people involved might need help as well. And of course, I would love to facilitate that if possible. But yeah, so again, I just, you know, I want to be as transparent as I possibly can within the confines of the law. But again, if you were to talk to me 84 days ago, it's like, all right, in 83 days from now, you're going to be talking about your court experience. And I'd be like, what the fuck? Why would I be doing that? But no, I mean, like, this is all pretty crazy for me. All right. So let's get into the actual factual news items of the day. All right, folks. After 5 days, it was almost a given you'd be in court. I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing about all of this. Is throughout all the protesting that I've done over the last whatever the fuck days, I was running from the cops. I was hiding in bushes. I was hiding behind dumpsters. I was seeing lights fucking peer off the walls like I was living in some sci-fi dystopian fucking film, right? I was like running through the streets at like 1 a.m. trying to get home because cops were like occupying. I was like running away from like fucking like cops with grenade launchers and tear gas canisters and school buses. Like these people were throwing tasers at people. Like, and I get fucking brought in for this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what pisses me off more than anything. I would have much rather have been arrested for, like, running away from the cops after, like, you know, like, I don't know, like, that's my thing. I you know, spend an entire year throughout the coronavirus pandemic getting healthy, right, so that I can run from police. I run from the police, I'm good, and they get me for this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is some fucked up shit. All right. Woo. Okay. All right, folks. So, the day before yesterday was day 82 of protests in the city of Elizabeth City and the county of Pasquotank County over the police shooting of Andrew Brown. This is me, looking at the crowd as we start up, and this is also what I look like at that current moment in time. This is no longer what I look like, as you can tell. I look a lot uglier right now. I'm looking like, you know, disheveled. I'm looking exhausted. This was obviously the day before my court date, which took away a lot of my stamina and energy. But again, so what we did was on Sunday, this was Sunday if I remember correctly, what we did on Sunday was we marched up and down Main Street, as you can see, and then we decided to transition into doing a sidewalk protest downtown. So we went up and down Main Street, which is something that we have been doing. And then we went, oh yeah, I didn't even cover this yet. I forgot about this completely. So the Black Lives Matter street mural on Colonial Avenue was defaced, within 7 hours of it being unveiled. And so as you can see, this is me walking down the Black Lives Matter street mural. As I get closer, you can see the skid marks of someone driving all over the black part. They didn't drive all over Lives Matter. They drove all over black. Now, I want to say, as of this current moment, the person who did this has been found and arrested. So, that's cool. But again, there's been a Confederate monument literally right next to this for 110 years. And it's never been defaced. Within 7 hours of the Black Lives Matter street mural being unveiled and the road being reopened, someone drove through and fucked it up. So that's pretty funny. Right? And they call us the rioters. They call us the savages. Right? That's what they do. So we decided to, on Sunday, march down and show our solidarity. Well, I don't know what we're showing solidarity with a painting, but still, I mean, like, we just decided, you know, march down and let it be known that this is what's going on in the city of Elizabeth City. We have a bunch of crazy motherfuckers out here. So then I got this, like, you know, interesting shot of, you know, the close-up, as you can see. Again, they waited until a couple of hours, after the street was reopened, because it was closed for a while, and then it was reopened, and then, again, I think it was within 7 hours it was reported to have happened. And so then what we decided to do is go to the sidewalks and go downtown and make some noise. So that's something that we haven't done in about a week or so, is do a sidewalk protest downtown. So the benefits of doing a sidewalk protest are that, because this is a small town and, you know, the speed limit is not, like, you can't drive super fast throughout these downtown areas. So cars have to drive super slowly downtown. And so the cars are driving super slowly, trying to get where they want to go, and then they hear us chanting, no justice, no peace, etc. And so it really is a good way to get the message out. I do love walking in the streets. I love walking in the streets, absolutely. Disrupting traffic is amazing. But again, these are all multiple different strategies that you can utilize. And so it's been pretty effective, and I like switching and swapping in between and around and back and forth, etc. And so as you can see, I got some various footage of this was me standing in the street because, you know, I wanted to get some footage, so I was standing in the street. And then I went back on the sidewalk, and now I'm back in the street. And I'm, you know, we had some fun individuals walk past. One of my favorite things is when people walk past the protest and they try to, like, oh, ha ha ha, isn't that cute? You people are hey, like, I love that shit. Not to say that those people were necessarily bad, but I just love, like, you know, if I were walking down the street and I saw someone protesting, my first thing would be, yo, what are y'all protesting about? Can I join? That would be my, but everyone else is like, haha, hee hee hee, you know, like, it's just really funny. There's a dog right behind me. But anyway, so we went around downtown, and it was pretty good. Here's my little, I ran, look at this. So I was running, I was like, oh shit, there's a bench up there. I'm gonna run to the bench and stand on it for this aerial shot. Check this out, folks, look at that. Boom. Professional motherfucking photography here. Look at this. Look at this. This is incredible. Look at that. Look at that. And then you got the bus there. That's the other thing, is we do have vehicles that will also drive super slow downtown. So they do disrupt traffic a little bit, but it's legal and it's really funny. So again, that was super cool. And then we wrapped all the way back around to where we started. And that was Sunday. That was day 82 of protests in the city of Elizabeth City. And the county of Pasquotank County over the police assassination of Andrew Brown Jr. And another thing is, again, I want to mention that the county sheriff decided to pull out of protest protection and pull out of law enforcement of Elizabeth City when it comes to protest-related issues, right? Now, that being said, we pay county tax in Elizabeth City. We pay Elizabeth City tax, and we pay Pasquotank County tax. How come We are funding the sheriff's department. They just got a raise, by the way. For killing Andrew Brown, they got a reward, a raise. They got a 2% raise for the entire department for killing Andrew Brown. When Robert Morgan and the rest of the cringe crew walked in, everyone probably cheered him on. Thanks for killing that guy and giving us a raise. Good job, good job. You murdered someone and I got paid for it. Awesome. Right? That's what they did. And then they pulled the fuck out. They said, we're not going to protect. But we're paying taxes to the county. We're paying taxes. Look at this. I don't know why I did that. But we're paying taxes in the county, and they're not gonna fucking protect us? What? That's ridiculous. It's ludicrous. It's ridiculous and it's ludicrous. And again, this just goes to show the kind of corruption and the blatant disregard for their own job. It would be like if I worked at Taco Bell, right? And someone came in and they wore like a green shirt, and I was like, yo, sorry? Green shirt? I don't serve people with green shirts. Sorry, I just don't. What? Now, imagine you already paid for your meal. Imagine you order on the app and you walk in, you already paid for your meal. And I'm like, whoa. Sorry. You have a green shirt. What do you want me to do? You have a green shirt. Sorry. And then you ask for a refund and I'm like, what? Refund? No. You have a green, well, what don't you understand? You have a green shirt. I don't like you because you have a green shirt. Therefore, I'm going to take your money and give you nothing in return. Huh? What? That doesn't make any fucking sense. That's what's going on here. That's what's fucking going on here. We are paying for something. Then they're turning around and saying, psych. But we're going to keep your money, though. We can't get a refund for funding the sheriff's department. They pulled out of Elizabeth City. Where's our refund? You're not holding up your end of the contract. If you don't like your job, get another job. Oh, man. You know what would happen if I was working at Taco Bell and I said, fuck those motherfuckers with the green shirt? You know what would happen? I would get fired. And I would have to go work at another job. Maybe I'll be a lifeguard so people aren't wearing shirts or green shirts and I will have less of an I don't know. Right? So how come, oh, sorry, I don't want to enforce the laws when it comes to protesting. The First Amendment to the Constitution. Sorry, I don't like the First Amendment. I got news for you. Get another job. Now, again, it would be like if I were working at Food Lion and they asked me to stock the shelves and I'm looking at the cereal box and I'm like, this cereal has high fructose corn syrup in it. I don't want to stock this on the shelf. I don't like high fructose corn syrup. You know what? I would get another job. That's what I would do. I would just go get a different job. One where I don't have to stock the shelves with high fructose corn syrup. If you don't want to enforce the law, if you are working in law enforcement and you don't like enforcing the laws, become a firefighter, maybe? Become a garbage collector? I don't know, like, maybe start your own business, like, read a book and learn how to, like, create something that actually people would like to buy and participate in the economy in actual, like, substantive ways. I don't know. If I were working as an auto mechanic, I've never driven a car. I don't know anything about cars. These motherfuckers are law enforcement. They don't know anything about the law, and they won't enforce it. So it would be like if I were like, yo, buddy, you want me to repair your car for you? So I've never driven a car. I don't know anything about cars, but I'll repair your car. I got you. Just give me the money first. What? Doesn't make any fucking sense. I just wanted to point that out. Shit's ridiculous. And that was day 82. Absolutely ludicrous behavior. Alright, so that was day 82. Let's get into day 83, folks. So this is me on day 83. Check this out. Day 83 of the protest, folks. This is me. Look how beautiful I am. I don't know what to tell you, though. Like, I really don't know what to tell you. I am literally the most beautiful person who's ever existed. I don't make the rules. You know, I'm going out there protesting the government, and I'm looking hot as fuck while I do it. Hey, I'm not, like, it's not like I'm trying here. I didn't even brush my hair. I'm wearing the fucking, I'm not wearing the same shirt, but I wore like a t-shirt. How am I looking this goddamn amazing wearing a t-shirt while I'm protesting the government? It's ridiculous. It's out of control. And someone needs to stop me, because otherwise, like, there's a serious problem. Again, look at me. Look at me. Can you believe this shit? What is going on here? That's me protesting the government. It's amazing. Like, that's like super amazing stuff. Also, check this out. Look at that. Look, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. 83 days of protesting, and I'm still looking sexy as a motherfucker. Again, I don't make the rules. So after getting out of court and doing all that shit, we decided to have a protest. We protested the government once again. Let me find the video real quick. Oh, this is a great... Okay. Nope, that's not the right one. Okay, hold the phone. Alright, so I believe what we did was we did 2 separate demos, if I remember correctly. So we did one before the county commissioner meeting and one afterward. So to my understanding, this is the one we did before the county commissioner meeting. And so the county commissioner meeting was at 6 o'clock, and so we decided to go in and speak at the county commissioner meeting. And then so the people that got here early decided to do a quick demo up and down Main Street. And again, Main Street is how you get to the courthouse where the county commissioners meet. So we blocked their street. If some of them were arriving late, they would have to find another way in. Pretty good. And so we did a quick demo up and down Main Street. And then we went inside the court-ass house and decided to go to the county commissioner meeting. And so this is the video of me going in the court-ass house. Check this out. So I'm going in. Look at this. So I'm in the courthouse. I'm putting my phone in the tray. Look at that. See, wait for it. And then I pick it back up. I'm on the other side, folks. So we're going to the county commissioner meeting. And then I'm going to make a separate video about this. But that's me, and I'm looking pretty good once again, and that's the county commissioner meeting. So I'm going to make a separate video about that, but I'm going to get back to the protest because we did another demonstration after the county commissioner meeting, and I want to talk about that. So we had a lot more people afterward, and what we decided to do was once again march on down to the Black Lives Matter street mural on Colonial Avenue. During the county commissioner meeting, it was up for discussion on whether or not they wanted to spend 28,000 United States dollars of taxpayer money to move the Confederate monument. $28,000 that they're going to waste, flush down the toilet to move that Confederate statue. It does not cost $28,000. Full stop. It doesn't. But they voted ahead to spend $28,000 of our dollars. Meanwhile, 1 in 10 high school seniors don't know what the Civil War was about. Meanwhile, we have a homelessness epidemic. Meanwhile, right, we've got the state oppressing a bunch of people, sending them to court for frivolous nonsense, right? And then they're going to waste our taxpayer money on something that should have been done hundreds of years ago for free? The fuck? The fuck? What? So after the county commissioner meeting, we decided to march down Colonial Avenue, where the Black Lives Matter, the currently defaced Black Lives Matter street mural is. And as you can see, I got some shots. The sunlight in the background, that's one of my favorite things, is when the sunlight's in the background. I got some really good photos. Check that out. Oh, bada boom. Look at that. Look at that. See, isn't that great with the shadows being cast? It's amazing camera work. I gotta say, I'm doing a good job here. And so we continued down the Colonial Avenue Black Lives Matter street mural, and we decided to occupy the streets. Again, we haven't had any permits for this. This is an unpermitted protest as of this current moment. So, for anyone out there that was curious on what we're doing with permits, these are unpermitted protests. We've been walking in the streets haphazardly and then getting out of them and then getting on the sidewalks before police could do anything. And this has kind of been our MO for the last couple days. And then for whatever reason, that cop just ran away. I guess they had to do something else. And then we circled around back onto Main Street. And as you can see, We went from Main Street all the way back down to the courthouse, and then people dispersed to go to the city council meeting. I did not go to the city council meeting because I was exhausted, but I did go to the county commissioner meeting. I'm going to make a separate video on that one too. But again, we had some good numbers out here. We haven't been doing many street protests because we've been doing county drive-thrus, which have been super effective, and if you want to go watch more of my opinions on that, you can go do so in those videos. But I'm glad that we're back onto the street protests. We're going to be mixing things up, and this was a pretty good day. I like doing separate demos. I like the spontaneous production of separate demos. Like we were planning on doing one after the county commissioner meeting, and then people were like, I want to do it before the county commissioner meeting, and of course I'm like, okay, let's do it. And so then we did, and then we did before and after, and it was great. And again, things are getting fierce in Elizabeth City. Things aren't stopping. Things won't stop, and that's extremely important to understand. And so I'm glad to have been there since day one. And I'm super glad and very proud of this entire community. Again, this is a community of about 18,000 people, 20,000 maybe, that are continually out here marching almost every single day. I missed one day of protesting because I had to do other things that were protest adjacent. So I did technically protest that day, but it wasn't with the group. But either way, I've been out here for 83 days in a row, and I've seen the highs and the lows, number-wise. I've seen the energy levels come and go, and again, I am very, very confident with Elizabeth City as of this current moment in time. This is just great stuff. So again, I'm super proud of everyone here, and I just, we're all, especially everyone else besides me, is a very beautiful and special people. And again, this is something that doesn't happen. This is a historic display here. And I don't want to fluff it up or anything too much, but this is a historic display. This is historic. I don't it is simply, it's history in the making, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. I want to talk about the county commissioner meeting. Yo, y'all keep mentioning Ben Burgess, so I'm gonna, real quick, Ben Burgess, yo. I gotta tell you, in between the court stuff, Ben Burgess, when I looked at my phone, because you're not allowed to have your phone in court, so when I looked at my phone, in between the recess or whatever, I saw that Ben Burgess replied on Twitter again, and it was so funny. Because every time Ben Burgess replies to one of the tweets in this thread of him pretending that, I don't exist or whatever, it gets, whole new waves of people who haven't seen the thread yet. And then they just start making fun of him, en masse. And it's hilarious. That is hilarious, folks. I don't, again, and I want to reiterate, I don't want to be the person that goes after Ben Burgess. I don't think Ben Burgess is that bad of a person. That being said, he is clearly a beta male, and I think that people should remind him of that on a daily basis. I think that people should ask him on Twitter, on his show, watch his show, whenever he does his live streams, I don't know. Tune in, spam the chat with, why won't you debate Andrea? Are you afraid of a high school dropout? Why won't you debate a high school dropout? Are you afraid? Why are you so afraid of curse words? Why did you write a book on canceling comedians being bad and then you go ahead and cancel a comedian? I need to add the profane podcaster to your Twitter. Oh my god, that's amazing. But seriously though, the guy wrote an entire book on logical fallacies and then engaged in logical fallacies. He wrote an entire book on canceling comedians being a bad thing and then canceled a comedian because he didn't like their joke. This guy is 2 for 2 on shitty books that he has thrown out the window with his own behavior. So again, if y'all want to, again, keep this extremely funny stuff going on, I would highly recommend tweeting at him, going to his show. If you see him on other people's shows, and it's a live show, and you can get a question in, ask him why he's afraid to debate me. Because again, I thought this whole saga was over. And then someone asked him about it on the David Feldman show, and then he made these really just bizarre and just really childish beta male looking tweets right? And so if we keep pressing him on more and more shows, it's going to get really, really funny. So I'm just letting y'all know, I'm not telling you to brigade anyone. I'm not telling you to be rude to anyone. I'm just saying, ask Ben Burgess on any social media that you have, why are you afraid to debate Andrea Rovenski? She is a high school dropout. What are you afraid of? It's that simple. So, and the more you ask him, the more he's going to say no, and he's going to have to come up with even stupider reasons. And it's going to get extremely funny. It should be a layup. That's true. Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. The Crump Cellar stuff, I'm glad they're coming to town. And I'll be happy to be there. Alright, folks. Let's get into our final segment. Are you ready? Are you ready? I don't think you're ready. Wait for it. Alright, you should be ready now. So, yesterday was a county commissioner meeting, and they met in the courtroom that I was sitting in the entire day because I am a criminal. And so, after sitting in the courtroom all day, I was waiting for them to be in a different room, and then they decided to just come in the courtroom anyway. I'm traumatized. I have PTSD from this courtroom now. But either way, we were here, and people went up to speak about the removal of the Confederate monument. Now, the Confederate monument was voted to be removed on, this is me speaking. It was voted to be removed, I think, on July something 2020, so about a year ago. And it's taken them a year to actually draft a proposal to get rid of it. And they said, oh, we're going to spend 28,000 taxpayer dollars to move this racist statue. Instead of doing literally anything else. Literally any fucking thing else. They could have been better using that $28,000 on. They wanted to use it on removing a statue. It doesn't cost $28,000. Right? What most likely is going on there is they're just using that as a way to launder money to a contractor friend. It's all backroom dealing. Right? They know someone who knows someone who's got like something, and they're just overcharging for a bunch of shit. And that's basically what's happening. That's my understanding of how government works. They don't need to be spending $28,000 on this shit. I'm just telling you, the river is right down the street. Hey-oh! But anyway, so we went up there to talk about how disrespectful it is to be spending taxpayer money on a racist monument. The way I see it, this is a tax for racism. We are paying for racism. Why don't all the city or county commissioners pay the $28,000 out of their pocket for not getting their shit together sooner? How come we have to pay for their racism? I don't know. So I want to play my little segment. I'm going to be uploading this video in full. I'm going to be uploading this video in full to my channel. So if you do want to watch the entire video, you can do so. But I just wanted to play my snippet here. So we had a little bit of an awkward period here. The person who signed up before me didn't go up, so then they called me up. And I was very confused. I didn't know what I was doing. So this is me. So $28,000 is not required to remove this statue. It could be removed a lot less costly to the taxpayers. I see no reason why we should be paying money to remove a statue that should have been removed 100 or so years ago. Also, approximately 1 in 10 high school seniors know what the Civil War was about. The Civil War was about slavery, enslaving human beings. So again, this is a little thing that I recently found out that is just absolutely just bizarre to me, is that approximately 1 in 10 high school seniors can identify slavery as the cause of the Civil War. What? So it is not a heritage, it is hatred. Full stop. But only 1 in 10 high school seniors know about this hatred. I think the $28,000 should instead be spent on bettering our education so that people know why the statue is unacceptable. I yield my time. So then everyone's clapping for me. I know, that's me. What are you going to do? I know, thank you so much. So these people over here, they're with the Pasquotank PAC, a Republican political action committee that publishes articles on protesters with the intent to defame them. They recently published an article on one of our friends, Kirk Rivers, saying that he's burning down Elizabeth City and he's destroying the whole city. That hasn't happened, of course. So these people, I asked them who they're with, and they said Pasquotank PAC. And they're the only ones that record county commissioner meetings. And that's why I am going to be going to county commissioner meetings and recording them from now on. Because they are, like, you can't let Republicans control the media. Who knows what they're going to remove? I don't know their footage. If we go look at their footage, they could possibly just have removed all of our statements and then just put their own in there. We don't know. So that's why I'm going to be going to every single county commissioner meeting from this point onward to make sure that there is an objective record being displayed. And I'll also speak at every single one because I have a lot to say. 3 minutes every 2 weeks. Let's get it, bro. I'm down. But either way, again, $28,000. It does not cost $28,000 to remove a statue. You can roll it down the street into the river for free. I'm telling you this right now. Now, does that mean I'm going to do it? No, but I'm telling you, you can get rid of it for free. You can spend $0 on getting rid of the statue. And again, if you want to watch the full county commissioner meeting, I highly recommend doing so on my channel. It is currently uploading as we speak. I will air it as a premiered video on my channel probably around 11:15 or 11:30 whenever it's done processing. And you can watch it. It's about half an hour long that we were there. And I highly recommend watching it because a lot of the speeches were fantastic that people gave. And I thought that, you know, again, we're going to be going in there and we're going to be making our voices known for the foreseeable future. And we're not going to let Republicans control the narrative. $28,000 you're spending? What? Of our money? Why don't they spend their own money? How come the person who wants the monument, because it's being moved to a private land, how come that person doesn't spend $28,000? How come we are spending $28,000 on this fucking monument? It can get tossed into the river for free. It can be destroyed and melted down into raw material for free. You don't need $28,000 fucking dollars to do something that should have been done a long time ago. And it's our money. It's our money. They are stealing our money. They stole our money and they are funneling it through their contractor buddies because guess what? Again, I want to remind everyone, they know where the money's going. They're spending $28,000 on some crane company bullshit, right? And this is, you know, people, they're doing some. And so they're spending that money on a crane company that they probably have a friend of a friend whose cousin works there. And it's just a way that they're laundering taxpayer money to their friends. It's a fucking racket. Also, I want to play this part on stream because I know y'all are going to like this. So there was a part where people, like, did this bizarre, like, super fascist, like, weird 1984 thing. And I really wanted to, like, point it out. because I thought it was super bizarre. So everyone stood up for the pledge. Like, check this out. Check this out. So check this out. This is really bizarre. Like, it made me feel like I was in the Twilight Zone. This is fascism. Again, if you stand up for the pledge, if you have your own reasons. I don't want to, like, you know, offend anyone who, you know, I'm friends with. But a Pledge of Allegiance is fascism. There is no distinction between that and Heiling Hitler. I'm telling you this right now. There is zero distinction. Zero. In fact, I would even go as far as to say it's worse. Because at least you should know Heiling Hitler is bad. Why don't you know that pledging an allegiance to a flag of a country that bombs and commits genocide of other countries for decades and decades and decades, enslaved its own people, refuses to apologize or even repair the problems that they caused? Like, hey, I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. It's fascist. So everyone out there, that's my opinion. You can feel free to disagree, but I don't stand up for the pledge because fuck this country. America sucks. But check this out. Check this out. Look at that. Look at these greaseball Pasquotank Pact people, by the way. They're like standing there, pledge allegiance to God of my country. Like, this shit's hilarious. So that's me laughing. I don't know if you could hear that. I know. I'm self-indulging a little bit. Let me have my little bit of my narcissism on display. But, I mean, this is hilarious. This shit is hilarious. Like, I'm telling you this right now. It's hilarious. Like, any outside observer, right, that wasn't tainted by American exceptionalist fascist propaganda their whole lives would look at this and laugh their ass off because it's fucking hilarious. You're telling me human beings are going to stand up and pledge their allegiance to a flag? And it's not even a good flag. First of all, the flag's design sucks cock, and not in the good way. Like, you can suck cock and you can be a great motherfucker. For example. But either way, like, you know, like, the country sucks, the flag sucks, the colors suck, the design sucks, every aspect of this flag is hell on earth, and these motherfuckers are standing up. It's fascism. So I start laughing. So I'm like, what is going on here? I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. So they do that. I thought that was pretty funny. But again, if you want to watch the full county commissioner meeting, you can do so on my channel. And that was my short little recap. But I highly recommend watching the entire video, and I will link it in the description of this clip as well. And again, it will be airing on my channel after the live show is done. So boom, bada boom. There you go. We live in a fascist country, folks. Full stop. If you disagree, you are historically uneducated. I'm just throwing that out there. Anyway, folks, does anyone have any questions, comments, or concerns for me before I end the show? I've got a dog right behind me. You might not know this. Look at this hound. Look at this hound. We got him a harness. Look at the hound. Are you seeing that? Hold up. I'm going to take a photo of this dog and then show you the photo. Alright, check this out, folks. There's a whole ass dog here. You seeing that shit? There's a whole ass dog here. That is crazy. That is fucking crazy. Max is getting used to the paw sneakers for sure. I view pledging allegiance to the flag no different than Heiling Hitler. It's the same shit to me. Literally. I mean, if you disagree, again, historically uneducated. And that's okay. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, just, you know, understand that you don't know what's going on. I love this dog. Doggy, doggy. All right, folks. Thanks for walking as well as watching. Bada boom, folks. That's it. Fuck the flag. Fuck America. All this shit sucks. I'll see y'all tomorrow.